Welcome back. We are having our final conversation this morning, and as we mentioned, this segment will be about how to prioritize mental health in the workplace. We have here with us representatives from the Ministry of Health and Wellness. Joining us is Lady Vallejo, and she is a nurse specialist too with the mental health program from the Ministry of Health and Wellness. And with her is Casilda Bowman, and she is a psychiatric nurse practitioner also with the also under the mental health program with the Ministry of Health and Wellness. And on the far end to the left is Juliet Simmons, and she is a psychotherapist. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us, and welcome.
Also with the Ministry of Health.
Also with the Ministry of Health and Wellness. Thank you so much. All right, so this is one of those conversations where, of course, we always have to appreciate talking about mental health awareness. I know this is the month that we will be seeing a lot more activities taking place, a lot more awareness campaigns being put out from various ministries, but we definitely expected something from the Ministry of Health and Wellness. Because mental health not only takes place, you know, in your personal lives, you take it with you at work, you take it with you at home. Can we talk about that? How mental health affects perhaps work performance, and why it is important that we prioritize mental health awareness in the workplace. Let's begin with perhaps Ms. Vallejo.
Well, of course, statistically it's shown that an organization that fosters a culture of good practice with mental health, it reduces absenteeism and presenteeism, meaning a happy employee will function better. So we need to create policies, internal policies to create and foster these practices. Why? Because sometimes at work we spend most of our time there.
Yeah.
So we tend to feel like it's only work, but it's not only working and then just you left work at that place. When you have to go home, you have to function as well. It's a 24-hour job. So if we don't take care of this mental wellness, it could be a disruption or dysfunction of it. So we target more people in the workplace, female, males, no. Especially males, because I feel like they no need to talk about these conditions or when they have a problem. And stress is not only about the physical stress, it's about talking or doing your performance, your physical. If you're not mentally well, of course, it's somatized in physical symptoms, headaches. The typical one is muscle pain, stomach ache, you have more visitations, more calling sick. So if you have people not functioning to this maximum level, of course, it will have a reduction in productivity in the organization.
You said something really important, Nurse Vallejo. You mentioned that we tend to spend most of our time at work in the first place. The people that we see on a daily basis at work are also the people that we probably see the most of too, you know? So it's so important that we foster an environment that is conducive for good mental health, and also to recognize that it's normal to have off days too, you know? So is this something that we are also ensuring that persons understand, that it's also normal to have off days? Nurse Bowman, let's hear from you.
So definitely one of the things that is important, and particularly what we want to highlight in this month, is to increase awareness. And when you look at a hierarchical business, if the management don't, how would you say, value mental health, then you will notice that the midline, the bottom level, won't feel that, well, maybe that I would say that, you know, it's not as important, and so we look at physical ability and not the mental wellness. And let's go back a little bit more when we talk about mental health. When we talk about mental health is the well-being of an individual to cope with the regular stress of daily life, really realize their ability, work, learn, and contribute to their environment. And so when we look at mental health, we're looking at trying to foster and increase awareness of trying to get a good holistic approach to having all of those things encompassed in our work.
But how do you break that stigma, nurses, I'll say nurses, when in the workplace it might be seen as weakness if you can't show up because you're feeling a little bit bummed out today.
Yeah.
People tend to value more physical illnesses and think that they credit more physical illnesses as actual illnesses than things that they cannot see. I want to get Ms. Simmons in this conversation since you are a psychotherapist. What are your thoughts on that particular challenge that we see?
Well, it definitely is a challenge, and it's a challenge that we face and we're fighting on a daily basis. The stigma is there. We have this culture, this belief that mental health is taboo. We don't want to talk about it. We don't want to know that it exists. If we have somebody in our family that is struggling with depression or anxiety, or even more of the more serious conditions such as bipolar, schizophrenia, you want to keep that inside the family. You don't want anybody to know. Or you go the other way, you shun your family member. So that stigma is there, and that enters into the workplace as well. People see that if you have mental health conditions or issues, they see it as weaknesses and that you can't perform well at work. I have worked with many people that are struggling with these, what we would call more everyday or lighter conditions such as anxiety and depression, and they are not getting the support they need from their employers. And then we have the other side that gets all the support, beautiful support that we encourage, and we want to applaud those establishments for doing such.
It's a paradox in a sense, because we always say, don't bring your personal problems to work, right? It's insensitive,
You know that saying, right?
because you can't not bring your personal problems to work. It's everywhere you go. It's in you. You're
So
thinking
we have
about
to
a
look
breakup, you're
at that
thinking about how you deal with your kids, you're thinking about how you're going to pay the next bill or what. So that goes with you wherever you go. So to tell someone, you know what, leave your problems at the door, it's essentially telling them, well, we don't really care how you feel, or we don't care what's going through your mind. You come to work.
And we're
That's very
paying you to
important
perform, so we
that
can.
You mentioned, and what Nurse Bowman was saying, the definition of the WHO is that the ability to cope. We have been conditioned to think this is the way we have to function. If you not give your all, even if you have a fever, you come to work. If you have a flu, only because you have to wear your face mask. Mental illnesses or conditions, they're just like, it's a medical condition. It's not separated, it's the same. If you're not mentally well, of course it will somatize physically. So one of the core things that we want to raise awareness in the society is empathy. And there's when it comes. We have to be flexible, we have to adapt. Yes, we have problems, everybody has problems. But the ability to cope with it, it means that your boss might not be able to solve your issues, but sometimes we are humans, and we make mistakes. It's not just lash out at people. Be empathetic. That's why you create an environment whereby people could be able to talk instead of judging you if you are not performing well. I believe so.
Well, let's talk support that the workplace can give to the general staff members that are battling with anxiety or depression or the larger scale illnesses. Or nothing, you just need to know that your workplace cares. What type of support is the ministry recommending that workplaces should give?
Well, one of the things we have in the public service is the Employee Assistance Program, where we offer therapy and counseling to any public officer and their immediate family. So they get therapy outside of the public service, so not necessarily from the mental health program. So it is very confidential. So officers feel that they're being served and their information is kept confidential. It doesn't affect anything at work. So we give them that time to go and see their therapist. And that's the same thing we encourage other establishments to do. And I know there's several that has it.
And also increasing that in the environment that allows people to feel comfortable in saying that I am not okay. And allowing the people who are around them to have resources available to steer them in the proper direction, Because one of the things, while we recognize that awareness is very important, is because what we are seeing now is that people are coming in very late. So they're suffering for so long. This is after they're compensating so long, their body is starting to physically respond to the stress now. They're feeling other things that are physically making them sick too. All right. And so awareness is one of the biggest and the most important thing, because that helps us to intervene quicker. You know?
Yes.
So
The referrals are very helpful for us, because just like how Nurse Bowman and Mr. Simmons were mentioning, we just notice I have these conditions physically, but they don't think until the doctor screen and they say, wait, we don't give you this, but it's not getting better. And also what the Ministry of Health is, part of the operational plan is that we do psychological first aid for in-house and to the other organizations, whereby they have 3 core activities: look, listen, and link. Look is screening, check. Listen what is the problem, is that to solve the problem, and then link to the resources that we have available
Wonderful.
around the country.
I know during this month there will be several, as I mentioned, campaigns that we will be expecting from the ministry. Are there any activities that we can expect in the earlier parts of the month?
yeah, well, right now what we're trying to do is we're trying to reach out to different organizations that we recognize would probably need the mental health support team, and we will go out. We're trying to do training as much as possible. So if you guys have an organization or any organization needs our help, they can reach out to us. Each district has a mental health department, and so each district can reach out to these mental health departments to seek help within the organization as well. But we are Belize district. We're going to different organizations and providing mental health information.
Wonderful.
We also have the Mental Health Association, which I am a board member of. So coming up next week, Wednesday, we have a youth symposium actually, where we bring some high school students together and we talk about changing the narrative on suicide and mental health. How to help, break the stigma that we face.
Wonderful. Well, ladies, as we wrap up this segment, I'll ask if you have any final words that you'd like to share with our viewers.
Well, first of all, thank you for having us here to share this space and informational aspect. I want for you guys to help us to raise awareness, and we are here and prioritize our mental wellness in the workplace.
Wonderful.
So, well, we're starting the conversation, and we're willing and open, and we're here to help.
Wonderful.
I just want to add to be supportive to your staff, even if it's just brief and laughs. Just be there.
Yeah.
Check in and say, how are you doing?
Wonderful. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us, and we wish you guys all the best.
Thank you.
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you.
Okay, we are going to take our final break, and when we come back, we wrap things up.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you've been waiting for. In this corner, we have the masters of limitless power and unbeatable connection. Pioneers of 4G LTE in Belize. It's the undefeated champion, Smart. And in the other corner, struggling to keep up, it's the other guy. Fight! Of getting blow after blow from a plan with the other guys? It's time to tap out and join the winning postpaid plan provider. Smart's postpaid plans are a total knockout to the competition, and they have once again powered up their postpaid plans. Sign up for one of Smart's boosted postpaid power plans today and experience the victory of superior service. Smart, bringing people together.
Hey Jay, ready for the first day on the job?
Man, I can't wait to get paid.
I remember when I first started making money, I loved to spend, not a thought about priorities.
Life was good, huh?
Boy, life got tough. Bills started to pile up and I didn't have money for the more important things.
So what did you do?
Jay, everything changed when I started to budget.
Budget? Can you tell me what is budgeting?
Alright, well you see,
A budget is a plan on how to spend your money. Budgeting helps you prioritize your spending and plan for the future. To create a budget, tally up your salary and any other funds coming in. Next, list your expenses. This includes rent, utilities, groceries. Be sure to include savings, no matter how big or small. Now, deduct expenses and savings from your income. What's the balance? Are there areas where you can cut back? Review your budget regularly and adjust as needed.
Oh, now I see the importance of budgeting. I need to make a plan before I start spending.
Good move, Jay. This is how you position yourself for financial security now and in the future.
Take control of your financial future. Start budgeting today. A message from the Central Bank of Belize. Visit us at www.centralbank.org.bz.
Rising prices got you down? Well, let Benny's lift you up in these tough financial times. Right now, get low prices on construction materials, such as lumber. And whenever you make a purchase, remember to get your B-Box, which is free money. Only at Benny's, quality and savings.
This October, join us for a double celebration. On October 10th, we honor Taiwan's National Day, and on October 11th, we celebrate 35 years of friendship between Taiwan and Belize. Get ready for a series of exciting events. The Taiwan Expo 2024 is coming to Belize from October 10th to 12th at the Caribbean Motors Showroom in Belize City. Discover Taiwanese products tailored to the Belizean market, featuring motorcycles, auto parts, hardware, health, skincare, and many more. Don't miss the Taiwanese food tasting area, featuring shaved ice, dried fruit snacks, and authentic dishes, and more. Plus, test ride high-quality motorcycles from Kuan Yen Motor. Join us at 2024 Taiwan Expo. See you there. Our celebration continues. A volunteer medical mission organized by NATMA Taiwanese Diaspora in the US will come to Belize and offer free medical services to Belizean people from October 15 to 18. What better way to celebrate our National Day than 35 years of friendship between Taiwan and Belize?
Welcome back, and thank you for sticking with us. We had a wonderful conversation this morning with the Prime Minister of Belize, as well as representatives from the Ministry of Health and Wellness. It is October 7th, and if you're celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. And if you'd like to give a birthday shout out, or if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can send us an email at oye@channel5belize.com. You can also catch us on Facebook at Open Your Eyes BZ, as well as Instagram at OYE Belize. As we wrap up this show, we want to encourage you to stay tuned, because we will be airing a live coverage of the regional workshop for Caribbean small island developing states on the biodiversity beyond national jurisdiction agreement. So please stay tuned to that. We will immediately follow up with that live coverage. And please join us again tomorrow when we open your eyes
To start your morning right
Until then, keep your eyes, your mind,
and your hearts open.
Have a wonderful Monday.
Open Your Eyes was brought to you by Smart, bringing people together, and the Belize Bank, our country, your bank.